To have this phono with Dr. Amira Sebek, Strategic Management and Self-Development Expert. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, dear.
Well, Dr. Sebek, now President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have really given good attention and importance for the women empowerment in Egypt for the plan of Egypt's Plan 2030. What's your comment on this?
Okay, let's start from the history of women in Egypt. Egypt is always pregnant with the talented women. We can talk about Dalia al-Baz, who has become the executive deputy chairman of the National Bank of Egypt. We can speak about Bakinan Kafafi, who has become a CEO for one of the power and energy sector. We can talk about Mona al-Fukar. So let's say that Egypt is always pregnant with talented females, and there is a big booming places now enriched with Egyptian ladies. When we talk about President Sisi support, we cannot deny that Egypt has achieved a breakthrough in women's empowerment and gender equality over the past 8 years. When we look at women issues are receiving unprecedented support nowadays. We can say that the national strategy for the empowerment of Egyptian women 2030, adopted by President Sisi in 2017, seeks to support women in leadership positions. The Egyptian government aims to increase the proportion of women in leadership positions to 30% by 2030, citing presidential directives to the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development to follow up the status of women in decision-making positions. Egypt pays great attention to empowering women through intellectual property protection as well. There is a project called Entrepreneurship that was launched in cooperation with the World Organization, aiming at empowering female entrepreneurs in local communities by raising women's awareness about the importance of having their intellectual property protected. We are having lots of projects to shed light on this, like Hayat Karima, like the Kafir and Karama. So there are lots of initiatives that are supporting women in Egypt, especially during the previous 8 years.
Yes, so Dr. Sebek, also the President was keen in several occasions to honor several Egyptian women in order to encourage them, saying that the Egyptian women have now succeeded in occupying several posts. So could you give us an idea about this, please?
Yes, President Sisi is always encouraging and empowering women, and he's always appreciating their effort. I always like to talk about the country's initiatives appreciating and empowering ladies. We can say that President Sisi is showing a lot of empowerment to women through Hayat Karima. Let's say, for example, Hayat Karima has been working to change the living conditions in Egyptian villages and bring about a transformation of the countryside to achieve integrated development. And this initiative has set goals to support the national industry, provide job opportunities, and reduce unemployment. And it has also worked a lot on expanding the percentage of women's participation in the labor market and improve their income and thus raise the livelihood standards.
Yes.
When we speak about the encouragement of President Sisi, we can see that he is starting a lot of initiatives to achieve economic empowerment for women by enhancing their participation in the labor market and establishing 3,000 early childhood nurseries to support women who have kids to go into the labor field or to work.
Yes.
Women nowadays, they benefit from loans provided through microfinance associations and institutions, in addition to benefiting from projects of the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Authority. So women, we can say now, are having a lot of assistance, and when they show effort, when they show that, yes, we are meeting your expectations as a leader for our country, he is showing them appreciation. He is prove yourself. We will do more projects for you. We will give you more finance to start your projects. So what else do I need as a woman when I feel that I'm secured in my country? I'm supported by the top leadership in my country, and I can get the finance, I can get the knowledge, I can get the know-how. I'm supported by all means. It is just that I need to decide and make my decision that I want to be a proactive person in my community.
Yes, Dr. Sabek, we are watching now videos for the celebration that in which First Lady Intisar al-Sisi have attended the day before yesterday concerning in the occasion of the Women's Day, which is celebrated on the 8th of March of every year. Give us an idea about this celebration, and also the First Lady Intisar al-Sisi was keen on honoring a number of women who made a change in their community, and also famous professional women in Egypt.
Okay. In that occasion, we can say that the First Lady of Egypt, the inspiring women, Intisar al-Sisi is always applauding and encouraging women in Egypt, and she is acting as the role model. Intisar al-Sisi, she goes sometimes into the countryside, and she is meeting with lots of ladies, speaking about how we are expecting them to be proactive in our community. She is asking them about their problems, she's asking them about the gaps they have, and actually she is working on these things. Whenever she finds a specific place with ladies who are achieving a lot, Intisar al-Sisi is always doing celebrations, and she attends by herself to encourage the participation of women in the labor field. We can say that because of the efforts of Intisar al-Sisi, we were celebrating a big percentage of women's participation in the government that reached 25%. In the documentary that Intisar al-Sisi spoke about, she said that ladies and women are now giving share in the economy of Egypt, which is not less than from 20 to 30%. This rate or this percentage is getting higher and higher. We are expecting, by the help of our First Lady and our top leadership of the country, that this percentage might reach like 40% in the close future. So Intisar al-Sisi, when she speaks about women and she's giving them the encouragement, and she gives them examples, and she speaks about with, for example, Mrs. Niveen al-Kabbaj, about the situations that the women are facing after divorce, after losing their husbands, and all the financial and awareness sessions that they are giving ladies. So it is a big contribution. We can say that we have 74% of the program of the Kafil and Karama. It is specifically helping ladies who have lost their husbands, who have they used to have no way to earn their living, and now they are proactive ladies. They are productive. They can lead their life. So definitely, Intisar al-Sisi, with the help of the role models of the Egyptian country, they are giving a big help for these women to bloom and to succeed in our community.
Yes, also Dr. Sebek, during the ceremony or the celebration event that the First Lady Intisar al-Sisi have attended, she have honored a number of women, as we've just mentioned. The kind of women that she have honored is, for example, an 80-years old lady who was able to take the master's degree. Another lady, a carpenter from Almenia Governorate, working woman. So also give us an idea about the kind of women that were honored by the First Lady Intisar al-Sisi.
Intisar al-Sisi, in her ceremony, she wanted to send a message to all Egyptian ladies that when there is a will, there is always a way. She said in this ceremony that she is very keen on the status of Egyptian women and the role in the community as women have been appointed in vital positions for the first time. And Intisar al-Sisi pinpointed how ladies can have the courage, can have the persistence, can have the awareness that it is never too late to start, even if they have any kind of disability, if they are old in age, they still can have the chance to bloom and shine in their community. This celebration was a message to all ladies who are getting old, who are having gaps in their life, that it's never too late. It is never, we can never say that, no, I'm old now, no, I have problem, no, I have gap. Whatever the gap you have or whatever, we can say it is a challenge. She is sending a message to all Egyptian ladies, don't take your problems as a problem, but deal with them as challenges. And dealing with challenges is something positive. So even if, let's say if I'm a woman who has some weaknesses in my life, and I can see what this lady is doing and how she's celebrating ladies who are old enough or with having some obstacles and they are succeeding, definitely I can say I cannot be a reactive person anymore in my life. I have to be proactive. I need to start a new life. I can change. I can make a change at any phase of my life. So these are not just celebrations. These are messages. These are a kind of working on the mindset of the Egyptian ladies to know that there is always a chance for them to bloom.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Dr. Amira Sebek, Strategic Management and Self-Development Expert. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Well, ladies and gentlemen, also we have now a report on the Egyptian player Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah has become Liverpool's record Premier League scorer, and we have more in the following report.
Mohamed Salah becomes Liverpool's record Premier League scorer. Mohamed Salah scored his 128th and 129th top-flight goals for the Reds against Manchester United on Sunday, taking him to the summit as the